Today's Shri Krishna Janmashtami Mahamotsav. It's such an honor and pleasure to be with all of you here on this most auspicious and most holy occasion. We are very grateful and happy to see so many of you all here. Practically every seat in this hall is full. That really shows how much enthusiasm and how much inspiration is there in the city of Margao. Every year we have been celebrating Janmashtami in Margao for at least now for the last 6 or 7 years. And every year I come here to the Janmashtami celebrations. We are seeing more and more people enthusiastically participating. And this really shows how much spiritual potency is there in this city. We are very grateful to all of you for joining in and being here with us. In the next half an hour, 45 minutes, I'm going to be sharing some things that might help you understand and appreciate spirituality in a very different way. Most people who are here obviously know who Krishna is. That's why you are here in the first place. But today, we will be seeing two aspects of Krishna that make him so special. Everyone knows Krishna is God. But today, we will be seeing two aspects of God that make him very special. In the Western world, when people talk about God or people try to understand God, there is only one definition of God, or rather one understanding of God, that God is great. Most of the times, most people are not even able to understand, not even able to explain how God is great. The Vedic culture is so interesting that we not only have a clear understanding of why God is great, but we also have another facet of God, that God is not just great, He is also sweet. Like for example, if the Prime Minister of the country, he goes to very prestigious events, he's dressed gorgeously and he's, speaking in a very formal and a very, eloquent way. But the same minister at home, he may not exactly be in that style, isn't it? I mean, no one can be great all the time. Everyone has to be great sometimes. And at some point in one's life, one needs to be not so great also. One needs to be sweet, isn't it? Now, if the minister, who is in big summits and all that, giving big lectures, if he tries to come home and tries to do the same thing, what will happen to him? His wife and his kids are not going to allow him to, be great at home, isn't it? His wife and children prefer him to be sweet at home, not great. In fact, if you show greatness at home, it's a big problem. So every human being has two aspects. There is a greatness aspect and there is a sweetness aspect. So outside we may be great, but inside we have to be sweet. Similarly, God is great. And I'm going to share with you so many ways in which God is great today. But the interesting thing is, God is not just great, He is also sweet. So the greatness of God you see in the Mahabharata, in the Dwaraka Leela, in the Mathura Leela. And the sweetness of God you see in Vrindavan, at His house, at His home. The combination of greatness and sweetness makes Krishna irresistible. There are two aspects to Krishna. One is Krishna is a protector. He can protect his devotees. He knows how to protect his devotees. He is capable of protecting his devotees and he protects his devotees. But along with Krishna being a protector, he is also someone that we can enjoy. All these kids are performing just now different Krishna Leelas. Did you all enjoy or not? Did you all enjoy all the different pastimes, different activities that Krishna was doing? All of us enjoy it, isn't it? So, we not only know that God is great, but we also can enjoy God. He is not only protecting us, but He allows us to enjoy Him. And that's what makes God so special. Just like, if you take a halwa, I don't know what they want to serve today after the lecture, I'm assuming there's halwa. See, I guessed it. So, suppose you take a plate of halwa. Now, that halwa is sweet, correct? But, can that halwa protect you? Most of the time, that halwa is dangerous for you because, I'm not sure how many people here have diabetes, So that something that is sweet, you enjoy it. But that sweet thing can't protect you. Suppose somebody has a sword or a knife or a gun. The gun will protect you, correct? But can you sleep with the gun in your bed? Can you hug the gun and sleep? Very dangerous, isn't it? By mistake, if it gets triggered, then you won't get up only next day. So that which is a protector, it is not sweet. And you can't kiss a sword, I love the sword, let me kiss it, It will cut you. So something that protects you is not sweet, and something that is sweet may not be able to protect you. But Krishna is best of both. Krishna is not only a protector, not only great, but he is also sweet. I'm going to tell you now some stories of how Krishna is great. And I'm going to tell you some more stories of how Krishna is sweet. And when you see Krishna in both aspects, you realize this person is something else. This person is irresistible. And that's why the word Krishna means all attractive. Someone that you can't resist. So all of you are come here on Janmashtami day and you'll have got access to Krishna. And the reality is that anyone who gets access to Krishna and understands how Krishna is all attractive, he is great and he is sweet, that person can't forget Krishna, no matter what he does or what she does. So once you are mesmerized by Krishna, it is hard to forget him. During the Mahabharata war, at a particular point during the war, there was a situation which was very grave. During the war, Duryodhana was very irritated with Bhishma, who was the commander of the army. And Duryodhana went up to Bhishma late in the evening, after the war got over. And he told Bhishma that you are unfair. You are not acting properly. So Bhishma said, what do you mean by that? He said, I know that you love the Pandavas and you are favoring them. And therefore, you are not fighting your best. So Bhishma said, no, I am doing my best. Duryodhana said, I don't agree at all. And Duryodhana used such cruel words to incite the anger of Bhishma. Sometimes when you want to get someone to do something, you make that person very angry. And that person ends up doing exactly what you want. And Bhishma was so furious with Duryodhana, he immediately took out 5 arrows from his quiver. And he told Duryodhana, tomorrow morning, I am going to use these 5 arrows and kill the 5 Pandavas. And this is exactly what Duryodhana was doing it. He wanted to incite Bhishma's anger. Bhishma was furious and out of his great anger he just said something. So Duryodhana, he caught those 5 arrows. He told Bhishma, please give me these 5 arrows, I'll keep it with me. Tomorrow morning I'll give it to you. Because Duryodhana knew that these 5 arrows are not just 5 ordinary arrows. They are his pathway to success. And he knew this one night I have to preserve these 5 arrows carefully. Because tomorrow morning these 5 arrows are going to seal my destiny. So Duryodhana went to his camp, put those 5 arrows under his pillow. He put his pillow on it, went to sleep. Very happy that I can sleep peacefully now. Rest assured, that tomorrow he is going to win the war. In the meanwhile, Krishna, who is someone who knows the past, present and future, who knows everything, immediately came to know that Bhishma has taken such a war. Krishna was very disturbed. He was walking back and forth, back and forth. Arjun asked Krishna, what happened? Why are you walking back and forth like this? Krishna said, do you know what has just happened? Bhishma has taken a vow that he is going to kill all of you tomorrow morning. Arjun, he said, okay fine, I am going to sleep. Krishna said, come on, you are going to die tomorrow morning. How come you are going to sleep like this? Arjun said, I have you. And I am sure that you will find out a solution. Let me go to sleep now. Arjun went to sleep. And Krishna was not getting sleep only. He was walking back and forth. After a long time of thinking, he went and woke up Arjun from his sleep. Arjun asked him, what happened? Krishna said, right now you have to go to the Kaurava camp. In the middle of the night, 12 o'clock in the night, Arjun is saying, what happened? What is the urgency? Krishna said, no, right now you have to go to the Kaurava camp, go and meet Duryodhana. Arjun said, who goes and meets an enemy in the middle of the night? Krishna said, no, I am telling you, go and meet Duryodhana. Arjun said, what will I go and meet Duryodhana for? Krishna explained to Arjun that many years back you had saved Duryodhana's life. When the Pandavas were in exile, one particular point in time during the exile, Duryodhana was having a picnic with his friends in the Dvaitavan in the forest. And during the picnic, Duryodhana picked up a fight with the Gandharvas. And the fight was so bad that Duryodhana lost it and the Gandharvas tied him up like an animal. And that point of time, Duryodhana's men ran to the Pandavas. And Yudhishthira told Arjuna, Bhima, go and save Duryodhana. And that day, Duryodhana's life was saved by Arjuna. Duryodhana was so embarrassed, he told Arjuna that please ask for any boon from me. If you want your kingdom back, I'll give it to you back. I can't take a favor from you. Arjuna said, no, I don't want anything now. When I need something, I'll ask you. So Krishna told Arjuna about this story and he reminded Arjuna, he said, go to Duryodhana now and ask him for those 5 arrows. So Arjuna, middle of the night, went to the Kaurava camp, knocked on Duryodhana's door. Duryodhana was shocked to see Arjuna. So Arjuna said, do you remember long back I saved your life and you told me you'll give me anything? He said, yes, ask for anything. Do you want your kingdom back? Do you want to win the war? Just tell me, I'll give it to you. He said, no, I want those 5 arrows. Duryodhana was shocked. He said, how do you know about these 5 arrows? No one, even in the Kaurava camp, knew about the 5 arrows. And Arjuna said, Krishna told me. And Duryodhana was shocked. Of course, he gave the 5 arrows. See, when Arjuna chose Krishna, just before the Kurukshetra war, Arjuna and Duryodhana had gone to Krishna's house. And Krishna was asleep. And when Krishna just woke up, he saw Arjuna first. He told Arjuna, you choose either me without weapons or you choose my Narayani Sena. And Arjuna that time he chose Krishna. And Duryodhana was thinking, what a stupid fellow. He chose Krishna who is not going to lift a weapon. He chose Krishna who is not going to fight in the war. What is the use of having Krishna who is not going to lift a weapon? And Duryodhana was happy that he got the entire Narayani Sena. But Duryodhana didn't realize 2 things were happening at that point. The first thing that was happening was Krishna, without weapons or with weapons, is Krishna. And Krishna's greatness is not in his use of weapons. He can do everything and anything without lifting a single weapon. That is the power of Krishna. Duryodhana didn't understand how powerful Krishna is even without weapons. And the second thing Krishna did in that particular instance, he gave the entire Narayani Sena to Duryodhana. But who is the Narayani Sena loyal to? Will the Narayani Sena be loyal to Duryodhana or will the Narayani Sena be loyal to Narayan? Obviously, Narayani Sena is going to be loyal to Narayan, right? It is like putting your men in the enemy camp. So a big chunk of Duryodhana's army was Krishna's army. And a big chunk of Duryodhana's army was not loyal to him. It was loyal to Krishna. So imagine what a strategic thing to do. He put a whole division of his own people there. And why will his people only fight against him? So Krishna was a very smart and very intelligent strategist. So we saw how great Krishna is. Krishna is great not only because he is strategic, Krishna is great because he understands human psychology very well. He understands how human beings behave very well. Krishna understands the past, present and future very well. Krishna knows things that nobody knows. The Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge that Krishna gave Arjuna, the wisdom of the Gita is so powerful. 700 verses of Gita are so powerful that 5,000 years later today, human beings are still trying to understand what Krishna spoke that day. And Krishna spoke that day for 45 minutes. Non-stop. It's not that Krishna was referring to slokas, he was biting verses the previous night. Nothing. Spontaneous verses coming out from Krishna's mouth. Till today, people are trying to figure out. I personally am guiding at least 4 or 5 people today who are doing a PhD on Gita. And I know at least 100 theses have been written on Gita in the past. So Bhagavad Gita is a profound wisdom that is coming out from the intellect of Krishna. So Krishna is great not only because he knows the past, present and future. Krishna is great not only because he has the ability to protect. Krishna is great not only because he has profound knowledge. Krishna is great because every single element in this world is created and under the control of Krishna only. In the Mahabharata war, when Krishna was driving Arjuna's chariot, during the whole Kurukshetra war, Krishna was sitting on the chariot. And you might be thinking, what was Krishna doing sitting on the chariot? Apparently he was driving the horses, he was driving the chariot. But no, he was doing one more very important thing that nobody understood. You know what he was doing? He was sitting there and smiling. You might think, what is the big deal? Sitting there and smiling. It is a big deal because all the enemies that were fighting against Arjuna and the Pandavas, to fight you need anger, right? You can't fight when you're smiling and laughing and when you're happy. You need to be very angry, very furious and very, very violent to fight. And such angry people, when they would come in front of Arjuna's chariot and see Krishna there sitting and smiling, they would somehow lose their anger. Their passion would just vanish. And suddenly Arjuna's arrow would come and shoot them and they will die. Before they realized it, they're dead. And why? How did they lose their passion and focus? Simply Krishna is sitting there and smiling. Just by smiling, Krishna can do so much havoc. So a lot of people who misunderstood Krishna, they didn't realize this person is not just sitting there and doing nothing. But just by sitting there and smiling, he is destroying armies over there. One time during the Mahabharata war, there was a particular episode which was one of the most disturbing episodes in the entire war. The Pandavas had done a little trick because of which Dronacharya died. Dronacharya was the guru of the Pandavas and the Kauravas. And he was undefeatable, literally undefeatable. So just before the war began, Yudhishthira Maharaj went to Dronacharya, went to Bhishma, went to Kripacharya, went to each one of these great people and asked them, took their blessings. And after taking their blessings, he asked them for their weakness. And Dronacharya told, my only weakness is my son, Ashwatthama. I am fighting this war only because of my son Ashwatthama's adamancy. Otherwise I will not fight this war. And Dronacharya said, if my son is not there, then I will stop fighting. Yudhishthira Maharaj immediately knew the only way to stop Dronacharya from fighting is eliminate Ashwatthama. And obviously Ashwatthama had a boon of being deathless. He was one of the Chiranjeevis. So So how do you kill someone who can't die? So here the Pandavas created an illusion to Dronacharya. Bhima went and killed one elephant, and the name of the elephant was Ashwatthama. And he went and started killing Dronacharya. Your Ashwatthama is dead, your Ashwatthama is dead. Dronacharya first didn't believe him because he knew Ashwatthama can't die. But Dronacharya said, if Yudhishthir says Ashwatthama is dead, then I'll believe my son is dead. Krishna went to Yudhishthir and told him, tell a lie, Ashwatthama is dead. Now imagine, Krishna is telling someone who has never lied in his life to tell a lie. A lot of people say, what is this? How can God do this? Sometimes God has to do this. And sometimes, someone who has never lied, if he lies for the pleasure of God, that actually is a great sacrifice on his part. I'll give you a simple example. Suppose a criminal, a terrorist, is running away at full speed. I remember when I was in Chowpatty, one particular night when these terrorists attacked this Taj and all these hotels, we were there very much in Chowpatty temple. And from the temple we could hear bullets, sounds of bombs and bullets, And we were told that anytime terrorists can come anywhere. And all of us brahmacharis, we were staying in the temple and we had no idea how we were going to handle terrorists. Because we didn't have any watchmen, we didn't have any security, and these terrorists were entering anywhere. So all brahmacharis in the temple got ready to attack terrorists. And you know how we were preparing ourselves? We brought chili powder, we brought sticks, we brought salt. We kept all these items ready to fight against terrorists with guns and bullets, and bombs. Imagine how stupid we were. And of course, we knew that ultimately Krishna is going to protect us. Our chili powder and sticks and what is going to do. But these terrorists were running at great pace. And you think when a terrorist is, running away with a car, fleeing in the car, you think he's going to follow traffic signal? Red light is there, he'll stop. And when green light is there, he'll go. You think he's going to follow those traffic signals? And the police which is chasing him, if the police follows traffic signals, what will happen? Will they ever catch a terrorist? Impossible, isn't it? So sometimes to catch a criminal, the police has to break rules. But when the police is breaking rules, the police is not breaking rules for fun. They're breaking rules because they have to stop a bigger crime from happening. Breaking a traffic signal is a crime. But there's a bigger crime that has to be stopped. And if I don't break the traffic signal, if I don't break don't do a smaller crime, I can't stop a bigger crime. So Krishna telling Yudhishthira to lie was a small crime. But the purpose of the small crime was much bigger. So as a result of that lie, Dronacharya realized that Ashwatthama is dead. But Yudhishthira couldn't contain it. Yudhishthira couldn't, tell the lie completely. And Krishna knew Yudhishthira is going to mess up. Now some people are very bad at lying, So Yudhishthira told Dronacharya, Ashwatthama is dead. And then very softly he said, I don't know if it is a man or an elephant. But when Yudhishthira said that softly, Krishna blew his conch shell loudly. And the conch shell was so loud that Dronacharya didn't hear the second part. He only heard the first part. So when Dronacharya was killed by Drishtadumna, Ashwatthama got really furious. And he used a weapon which is known as Narayanastra. It's the most powerful weapon in the universe. And the Narayanastra, it's a weapon that has no solution. In fact, if you fight against the weapon, it becomes more powerful. The more you fight against it, the more powerful it becomes. So, Arjun and all the Pandavas, they were trying to fight against the Narayanastra. And as they were trying to fight against the Narayanastra, the Astra was becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. Thousands of arrows were coming towards the Pandavas. Krishna, at that point of time, till that point of time, Krishna was sitting and driving the chariot quietly. But the moment he realized the Pandavas don't have a solution to this problem, then Krishna stood up on the chariot and he loudly shouted out to everyone, drop your weapons. And every single person on the battlefield, on the Pandava side, dropped their weapons. Just because Krishna said. Even Arjun dropped the Gandiva. And Krishna told all the Pandavas, all of you lie down on the floor. fall on the floor in the battlefield. All the Pandavas, every single one of them, lying on the floor, doing Dandavat. Imagine the Kurukshetra war, a battlefield, is converted into a temple. Only in temple you do Dandavat, right? You don't do Dandavat anywhere else. So the entire battlefield of Kurukshetra was converted into a temple by the instructions of Krishna. This is the power of Krishna. And as soon as everyone was lying down, the Narayanastra began to decrease in its power. But suddenly, one of them, Bhima, he refused to lie down. He took his gada and started running towards the Narayanastra. The Narayanastra left everybody and focused its entire energy on one guy, on one Bhishma, on Bhima. And Bhima would have been eliminated. In a matter of seconds, he would have been dead totally. And at that time, Krishna would just run towards Bhima, wrestle with him. I mean, Bhima is so huge, you can't wrestle with him. He is such a big wrestler. But Krishna wrestled with Bhima and pushed him on the ground and threw the gada, the mace. And as soon as the mace was thrown and Bhima was on the floor, then Krishna stood up. And the Narayanastra is such a powerful weapon. It came and became a garland of lotuses around Krishna's neck. And all the Pandavas were amazed. The entire army was amazed. They said, how did this happen? And Krishna explained to them, the only way to counteract the Narayanastra is by becoming humble in front of it. There are many problems in our life we can't fight against. The only way to deal with many problems in our life is become humble in front of the problem. And the moment you become humble in front of Narayanastra, the Astra doesn't harm you. The Astra doesn't have the power to harm you. So many problems when we come across in our lives, instead of fighting with those problems, it's a good idea to become humble in front of them. And when you become humble in front of them, the problem just vanishes. So like this, Krishna saved the Pandavas so many times by his greatness. When Krishna was a small child, he was playing with his friends. And while playing with his friends, he ate a little mud. Balaram, brother of Krishna, went and complained to Mother Yashoda, seeing that Krishna has eaten mud. So Mother Yashoda was very worried. She came running and she caught Krishna and she said, Krishna, have you eaten mud? Krishna said, no, I have never eaten mud. So the Acharyas explained why Krishna ate mud. He explains that Krishna was thinking, I have come into this world to decrease the burden of the earth. Hare Krishna, wo bacche ko aap bahar leke jayenge? So Krishna has come into this world to decrease the burden of the earth. The earth was filled with so many demons, and these demons were harassing all the good people. So Krishna came into this world to decrease the burden of the earth. So Krishna was thinking, I have already spent 3-4 years on earth, but I have not decreased the burden of the earth at all. But I want to. So what Krishna did, to decrease the little burden of the earth, he took a little earth and ate it. He thought he is actually starting the process of decreasing the burden of the earth by reducing the weight of the earth. In his little innocence, he did that. And Mother Yashoda was very disturbed. She told him, open your mouth, show me what is there. And Krishna opened his mouth. And inside his mouth, Yashoda saw the entire universe. She saw the entire creation. She saw the sun, she saw the moon. She probably saw Chandrayaan 3 also over there. She saw everything inside the mouth of Krishna. And not only she saw the entire Brahmanda, but she saw herself looking into the mouth of Krishna, inside the mouth of Krishna. She was totally bewildered. She said, what is going on? What can I see inside the mouth of my son? And Krishna understood. Then Mother Yashoda is getting bewildered. Krishna understood that my mother is getting bewildered. If you take a silver vessel, and in the silver vessel you put a diamond in it, the diamond shines very brilliantly, right? But if you take the diamond and on the diamond you put one big mound of ghee, thick ghee on it, can you see the diamond? You won't be able to see the diamond because the thick ghee covers the diamond, right? But if the ghee is melted, again you see the diamond. So Krishna's greatness is like the diamond. It's very powerful, very attractive, and it's mesmerizing. But when Krishna comes in Vrindavan, he covers his greatness. His Leela Shakti covers his greatness. It's like one big chunk of ghee falling on the diamond. And once in a while, Krishna melts the ghee. And when Krishna melts the ghee, what happens? Again you can see the greatness of Krishna. But the moment the Yashoda and the Rajvasis see the greatness of Krishna, they get bewildered. And Yashoda for a moment started worshipping Krishna, her baby. And Krishna didn't like it. Krishna said, why should my mother worship me? He said, no, this is not what I want from my mother. And he again covered his greatness by his sweetness. So Krishna is not only great, but he is also sweet. And what he does with Mother Yashoda is so sweet that it just melts the heart of Mother Yashoda. She cannot believe that this person can be God. One day, when Krishna was about to sleep, Krishna tells Mother Yashoda, tell me a story. And Mother Yashoda begins to tell Krishna a story. And as she is telling, every single day she has to tell stories. Some days she's telling the story of Dhruva Maharaj. And Krishna becomes so happy listening to the story of his own devotee. One day, Yashoda started telling the story of Ramayana. Krishna only is Ram. Yashoda is telling him only his own story. And Krishna loves the story of Ramayana. And as he is hearing the story of Ramayana, he becomes really very excited. At one point, when Ravan kidnaps Mother Sita, Krishna gets up on the bed and he starts shouting, Lakshman, get my bow. I will go and kill Ravan now only. And Mother Yashoda is thinking, am I making him sleep or am I making him awake? He is not falling asleep, he is getting awake now. So Mother Yashoda realized this is not going to work. Story time is not going to work, he is getting more excited. Mother Yashoda suddenly she fell on the bed unconscious. Acted as if she is unconscious. And Krishna, he was jumping on the bed and shouting, Lakshman, get my bow and arrow. And suddenly he saw his audience is sleeping. The only audience that was there in that room was Mother Yashoda. Children, when they do action, when they do any kind of masti, any kind of mischief, they need an audience. If there is no audience, they don't do masti. They do it for the audience. The moment Krishna saw Yashoda is asleep, he went and started waking her up. Maya, get up, get up. And Yashoda doesn't move at all. And when Krishna sees Yashoda is not moving at all, his audience is gone to sleep, he also sleeps next to her. That's Krishna. So now we saw how great Krishna is, but if you look at the other side of Krishna, he is equally sweet. The sweetness of Krishna is unimaginable. One time, Krishna was sitting with his little friend, and this little boy, he was little bigger than Krishna by a few months. Because this boy was bigger than Krishna by a few months, this boy thought he is more responsible than Krishna and he has to take care of Krishna. So this boy had a katori, had a bowl of sweet rice. And he was telling Krishna, so the two of them were sitting next to each other, their knees were touching each other, and the bowl of sweet rice was between them. And both the boys are sitting and talking to each other. This little boy, his name is Bhadra. He tells Krishna, Krishna, eat sweet rice. Krishna looks at the sweet rice. It's white in color, it's thick. Krishna says, no, I won't eat it. So Bhadra says, why will you not eat the sweet rice? Krishna says, no, it might be khatta. So Bhadra says, how can sweet rice be sour? Sweet rice is always sweet. Krishna says, no. Yesterday I ate very khatta it was. Because Krishna is so small. He is a 2-year-old boy, 3-year-old boy. He doesn't understand the difference between sweet rice and curd. Dahi, when it is, hard, it looks like that only, right? Both look same. So Krishna is thinking this is curd and it is thick. And yesterday's curd was very sour. And he said, I don't eat sour things. So Bhadra says, no, this is sweet. And Krishna says, if you want to make me eat, first you eat and show me. So Bhadra takes one spoon and puts it in his mouth. And he says, wow, this is so sweet. And then Bhadra takes another spoon and is trying to feed Krishna. Krishna tells him, no, what if this spoon is sweet, is sour? Bhadra says, how it is possible that in the same sweet rice, how one spoon is sweet and one spoon is sour? No, it doesn't work like that. Krishna says, no, I don't want to take any risk. And Krishna tells him, if you really want me to eat it, in that spoon that you want to feed me, eat half the spoon and then give me the other half. And Krishna is convinced that in one spoon, sweet rice can't be sweet and sour at the same time. And Bhadra eats half the sweet rice and feeds the other half to Krishna. Now if you look at a story like this, you hear a story like this, you might wonder, what is this? Is this a sign of a very intelligent boy? Is this a sign of a great boy? No. It's not the sign of greatness. What is the sign of? The sign of sweetness. So Krishna is simultaneously great and simultaneously sweet. And the most amazing thing is, when he is sweet, he forgets that he is great. And when he is great, he forgets that he is sweet. And the best part is, both the sweetness and greatness coexist in Krishna in his perfection. Krishna Lila is pure nectar. When we come across Krishna in our lives, all of us, to the extent we are sincere and to the extent we are serious, we will actually experience Krishna's greatness and Krishna's sweetness simultaneously in our lives. And please don't expect to see Krishna's greatness in big things in life. Look for Krishna's greatness in small things in life. And you will find thousands and thousands of opportunities where Krishna will show you how great he is. And Krishna will manifest in your lives. The only thing that is expected of us is a little sincerity and a little seriousness. ISKCON is an organization that facilitates connection with Krishna. ISKCON is an organization that facilitates people from all over the world to somehow connect with Krishna. And there are so many people, practically in every country in the world, that are coming to the path of Krishna consciousness and getting transformed by this path. And it is not a big deal. It's a science. What is a science? Science means you do A plus B plus C, you will get a result. You do that A plus B plus C, anywhere in the world you will get the same result. Hydrogen and oxygen, 2 molecules of hydrogen, 1 molecule of oxygen combined together form water. Same it is in India, same thing in America, same thing in Australia, same thing anywhere in the world. Isn't it? That's what science is. Similarly, the process of Krishna consciousness is a science. That means if anyone, anywhere in the world, practices it in the exact same sequence, you get the exact same result. And therefore, ISKCON probably is the only organization in the entire world which can claim that we have people from every single part of the world, every single nationality, every single culture, every single religion, every single language that are taking up the path of Krishna consciousness and actually becoming transformed. And I'm sure all of you, wherever you have traveled in the world, I meet hundreds and thousands of people, and so many Indians have told me, when we go abroad, ISKCON temple is a place where we get food. Isn't it? And I know hundreds of thousands of people that have told me that. And not just you get normal food, you get the best quality Indian food possible. And it tastes exactly like home food. It tastes exactly like the food cooked by a mother. And why is it so powerful? Because prasad is offered to Krishna and then given to everyone. And the power of prasad is too good. There's a temple in America known as Gainesville. I don't know how many of you have heard of this place in Florida. And in that center, they have the longest running Food for Life program in the history of ISKCON. For the last 50 years, that particular temple has been serving food in a particular university campus. Every single day lunch served in the university campus for the last 50 years now. And people like Steve Jobs have eaten that food and studied their college days. So many students who are staying in hostels, 100% come there to eat prasad, lunchtime. And the system over there is that when they serve prasad in lunch, you don't have to pay anything. They have a small donation box kept on the side. You want, you can put some money into it. That's all. Now it is up to you how much you want to put. Or if you don't want to put anything, don't put also. You get prasad. Of course, in America, the culture of donation is a little different than India. In India, if you keep a donation box, the donation box itself will disappear. But in America, they actually put donation and go away. There was one particular guy who used to come every day to eat prasad. But this guy didn't want to give donation. But he also was feeling very strange and odd to not, give anything. So what he would do was, instead of putting money in the donation box, it was a sealed donation box. He would put some movie tickets, he would put some bus tickets, any ticket he had, which was useless to him, he would put it inside the box. And he would take prasad. So the devotees saw this guy was sincerely coming every day and sincerely eating prasad every day. And this guy thought he's fooling Krishna. He thought he's fooling the devotees, fooling Krishna by putting, movie tickets and bus tickets inside. One day, the devotees saw him and they told him, "Can you help us a little bit? We are falling short of volunteers." He couldn't say no because he was already feeling guilty. He ate so much prasad, didn't give anything. He said, "They are asking, let me go and help." So he helped them one day, load the prasad into the truck. The next day they saw him. They said, "We are falling a little short of volunteers for cutting sabji. Can you come and help us?" Next day he went to cut sabji in the kitchen, Very soon he started developing a bond with the devotees. And he really became very friendly with the devotees. And over a period of time, he became so closely connected to the devotees, he decided to join the temple. And eventually, they made him in charge of food for life. So many people think that by eating, we are fooling Krishna. But they don't understand how much Krishna is entering into their life, So when you eat prasad, don't think prasad is ordinary food. Prasad has the power to transform your life completely. And prasad, when it enters the system, it cleanses the system from inside. And over a period of time, it's like Krishna entering into your system and taking over your system literally. And so many thousands of people in the world have become devotees simply by eating prasad. So when all of you leave today, please don't miss prasad. Even if you miss the lecture, it's fine. Don't miss prasad. The prasad has the power to transform your hearts. One time there was a man who hated devotees. Somehow he just didn't like devotees at all. And the devotees would do Harinam Sankirtan in a particular street every day. And this guy, he was a vegetable vendor. And he used to wait for devotees to come, in his lane. And what he would do was, he would keep all the rotten tomatoes aside to throw on the devotees, So when the moment Sankirtan would start, this guy would start throwing tomatoes. And the devotees kept seeing this fellow throwing tomatoes every day. But in spite of him throwing tomatoes, one devotee would go to him and give him one cookie, prasad, cookie. This guy would eat the cookie and still throw tomato. He didn't understand what he is doing. He was just so envious. Every day he was throwing tomato and every day devotees were feeding him prasad. One day, he had a little heart transformation. He thought, every day I'm throwing tomatoes to these guys and they're giving me prasad. He said, today let me not throw tomatoes. Let me only eat the prasad. He ate the prasad and the devotees encouraged him to come and join in the kirtan. And he danced a little bit also. So from the next day onwards, he stopped throwing tomatoes. But little by little, he started becoming more and more favorable. And in 1 year's time, this man became so favorable that the next year's Rath Yatra, the entire Rath Yatra feast, all the tomatoes for the cooking was sponsored by this guy. Where he began with throwing tomatoes, and where he ended up actually transforming his life. So the whole idea is when we come in touch with Krishna, whatever way we come in touch with Krishna, Krishna has the power to transform our hearts. So all of you who have come here for the first time, I'm sure so many of you are here for the first time, please do not lose the opportunity to be in touch with Krishna through some way or the other. And what are the ways in which you can be in touch with Krishna? One of the simplest way which I told you is prasad. If nothing else, eat prasad and go back. The second way in which you can keep in touch with Krishna is by chanting his holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna's holy names and Krishna are not different from each other. And simply by chanting the holy names of Krishna, you can experience the presence of Krishna in your lives. The moment you start chanting Krishna's holy names, the holy names of Krishna have the power to transform your hearts. So some way or the other, every day if possible, chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And whenever possible, participate in Kirtan. The third way you can stay in touch with Krishna is something that is really important. That is known as satsang. Like right now, all of you are sitting in this hall and you are hearing a lecture. This is satsang. And after the lecture, there will be Kirtan. So satsang is a combination of Kirtan, lecture, prasad. And this is the most powerful combination you can ever get in your life. If you attend one satsang every week, the satsang has the power to transform your heart completely. Every single day in satsang, every single time you attend satsang, you will hear something that will help you grow in your life spiritually. Every single time you attend satsang, you will hear something that will touch your hearts and bring you closer to Krishna. To hearing satsang is very, very important. For all those of you who are here, we have a very special session organized for you all on 30th of September. You will find the details of the session outside. But if you are really interested in staying in touch with Krishna, if you're really interested in connecting with the Hare Krishna movement, which is an international movement all over the world, thousands and thousands of people connected, and if you're really sincerely interested in understanding the basics of Bhagavad Gita, which is a life manual that Krishna has given us, I would highly recommend you to spend 1 hour of your week and attend that satsang. You will get all the details of the satsang outside in the registration tables. But I can tell you, please don't look at satsang as a waste of time, but look at it as an investment of time. There are two ways to look at anything. Something is a waste, something is an investment. If you think something is a waste, you think you're losing. But when you think that something is an investment, you think that by giving this, I'm going to gain much, much more. And I can assure you, that is the best way of gaining something in your lives. The amount of Netflix and Amazon Prime and Disney, Hotstar and YouTube that you watch, if you just delete 1 hour of that and give to satsang, you will get millions of times more benefit than watching all the serials and movies possible. So please consider investing that 1 hour and you will never regret. The ISKCON Hare Krishna movement is a movement that has been created to help people experience tangible transformation in their lives. Spiritually, emotionally, physically, intellectually, financially, in every way possible. If you're asking how financially, so much unnecessary expenses get saved simply by becoming a devotee. If someone becomes a devotee, you actually save a lot. So in every single way, you will be benefited simply by becoming a devotee in the Hare Krishna movement. And when I'm telling you that, I'm telling you with all experience, dedication, inspiration, enthusiasm, and conviction. And we can even give you a guarantee. There was one very, very senior disciple of Srila Prabhupada. I'll end with this. His name is Tamal Krishna Maharaj. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj was a very fiery and very enthusiastic person. He was speaking in a hall like this, in an auditorium like this. And with thousands of people sitting in the auditorium. And in the auditorium, he made a claim. And this was like a few decades back. He said, I challenge all of you. He said, I challenge you that if you practice chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, 16 rounds of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day for 6 months, and you attend morning program, read Prabhupada's books, and 6 months you do this, and after 6 months you come to me and tell me that this process doesn't work. He said, I'll give that person a check of $10,000. And I'll not ask any questions. I'll simply take the word of the person as proof. And simply come and tell me the process doesn't work. I'll give you $10,000. Till today, no one has claimed that. That's the conviction with which we speak. Because the process 100% works. So my urge to all of you all is that please come and try chanting. Please come and try attending satsang. Please come and try eating prasad. Please come and try having beautiful darshan of the deities here. And please come and participate in kirtan. And I'm telling you, your life will be transformed in a way that you can't even imagine. And not only your personal life, the lives of everyone connected all around you will get transformed. We would like to thank each and every one of you for your enthusiastic participation in the Janmashtami festival. And we are hoping and praying that all of you remain connected with us so that we can serve you all and help you all in your spiritual journeys. Very, very grateful to all of you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.